If you type how to make money online into the search bar right now, you will be screamed at. You will see Ferraris. You will see 19-year-olds holding stacks of cash. You will be told you need to start a dropshipping empire, day trade crypto, or build a complex personal brand. And if you are like most rational people, you watch those videos and you feel exhausted because you don't want to be an influencer. You don't want to film yourself dancing on TikTok. And you certainly don't want to spend 6 months learning how to code a website or manage inventory. You just want a system. A quiet, reliable way to disconnect your income from your time. Most people think the barrier to entry is technical skill. They think they need a website, a domain, a hosting plan, and an email list before they can earn their first dollar. But that is a myth. In fact, the most effective business model for beginners is one where you own almost nothing. You don't own the product. You don't own the shipping logistics. You don't even own the website people buy from. You simply own the direction. In this video, we are going to deconstruct exactly how to start Pinterest affiliate marketing without a website. We're going to strip away the hype and look at the mechanics of why this works, not because of luck, but because of how human beings search for answers. First, we need to correct a fundamental misunderstanding. Most people treat Pinterest like social media. They think it's the same as Instagram or Twitter. They think they need followers or likes to win. If you go into this thinking you need to be popular, you will fail. Here is the truth. Pinterest is not a social network. It is a visual search engine. It has more in common with Google than it does with Facebook. When people go to Facebook, they are looking to be entertained or distracted. They are passive. But when people go to Pinterest, they are looking for a solution. They are typing in small apartment decor ideas, healthy meal prep for beginners, or minimalist wardrobe. They are in a planning mindset. They are holding their wallet, looking for inspiration on how to spend their money. This psychological difference is everything. You don't need to convince them to buy. They are already trying to buy. You just need to help them find what they are looking for. This removes the need for a personality. You don't need to be the star of the show. You just need to be the signpost. Think of the internet like a massive, chaotic warehouse. There are millions of products thrown in a pile. It's messy. It's overwhelming. If you try to sell everything, you are just adding to the noise. Now, imagine a museum curator. The curator doesn't paint the art. They don't build the frames. They don't even own the building. Their only job is selection. They find the best pieces, arrange them in a way that makes sense, and put them in a room with good lighting. Because they do this curation, the value of the experience goes up. People trust the curator's taste. That is your role as a Pinterest affiliate. You are not the manufacturer. You are the curator. You are creating boards, which are essentially digital galleries, around specific problems. Home office setup under $500. Eco-friendly camping gear. Skincare for sensitive skin. You find the products that solve that specific puzzle. You create a simple image, a pin, that displays it beautifully. And when someone clicks that pin, they are taken directly to the solution. You provide the taste. The merchant provides the product. And for that service you earn a commission. No inventory. No customer service. Just curation. Now the technical question. Don't I need a blog to post these links? In the past, yes. But the internet has evolved. While you can link directly to products on Pinterest in some cases, it is risky. Algorithms change. Links get broken. It's like building a house on rented land. The sophisticated way to do this without a website is to use a bridge page. Think of a bridge page as a digital business card. It's a free, single landing page you can build in 10 minutes using tools like Canva, Linktree, or Beacons. Here is why this matters. If you link straight to Amazon or a product page, you are throwing the user into the deep end. But if you send them to your curated bridge page, you frame the context. Let's say your niche is coffee setups. Your Pinterest pin shows a beautiful espresso machine. They click. They land on your free Canva page titled, My Top Espresso Machines for Beginners. There are 3 buttons. The budget option, the best value, the luxury pick. You have just increased your value to the user. You help them compare. And because you own that tiny piece of digital real estate, Pinterest trusts you more. You aren't spamming, you're guiding. This costs $0 to set up. It requires 0 coding. But it separates the amateurs from the professionals. So, how do you actually start? Do not try to do everything at once. That is how you get overwhelmed and quit. Break it down into 3 phases. The identity, days 1 to 3. Choose a niche, but not just any niche. Choose a visual problem. Finance is hard on Pinterest because money isn't visual. Home decor, fashion, technology setups, travel, survival gear, gardening, these are visual. Create a business account on Pinterest, it's free. Optimize your bio. Tell people who you are helping. I help busy moms organize their pantries. Clear. Simple. The supply chain, days 4 to 7, apply for affiliate programs. Amazon Associates is the easiest place to start, but the commissions are low. Look for partner programs in your niche. If you are doing home office, look at standing desk companies or ergonomic chair brands. They often pay 10% to 20%. Build your simple bridge page. Put your top 5 recommended items on it, the library, day 8 and beyond. This is the work. You need to create pins. Vertical images that stop the scroll. You don't need to be a graphic designer. Use Canva templates. Your goal is not to go viral. Your goal is consistency. Pin 3 to 5 times a day. Every day. This sounds like a lot, but you can schedule them all on Sunday afternoon for the whole week. You are stocking the shelves of your library. At first, nobody visits. That's normal. You are building the catalog. Now I need to warn you about something that almost nobody talks about. It's not a scam. It's not a bad strategy. It's not even a lack of skill. It's something far more dangerous. I call it the gap. The gap is the period of time between when you start working and when you start seeing results. On Pinterest, this gap is usually 4 to 8 weeks. And this is where everything breaks. You will post pins every day. You will optimize your boards. You will follow the strategy perfectly. And after 30 days, you will open your analytics and see 50 views, 0 clicks, $0. And in that moment, something happens in your mind. You start feeling foolish. You feel embarrassed. You start questioning yourself. You think, this doesn't work. The gurus lied. I wasted my time. And right here, this exact moment, is where 99% of people quit. Not because the system failed, but because their psychology did. Most people treat online income like a lottery ticket. If they don't win instantly, they rip it up and throw it away. But Pinterest doesn't work like a lottery. It works like farming. You don't plant a seed today and scream at the soil tomorrow asking why there's no tree. You plant. You water. You wait. And this is where Pinterest is completely different from every other platform. A tweet dies in 15 minutes. An Instagram story dies in 24 hours. A TikTok might last a few days if you're lucky. But a Pinterest pin? A Pinterest pin is evergreen. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't get buried forever. It keeps working. I've personally seen pins that were posted 3 years ago that are still driving traffic, still getting clicks, still making sales today. Think about that. While you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, while you're doing something completely different, that pin is still out there doing its job. So no, you are not shouting into a void. You are planting digital assets. Every pin you create is a small employee that works for you 24/7 without salary, without breaks, without complaints. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to hear. The work you do in month 1 might not pay you until month 4 or month 6. And that's normal. But when it does start paying you, it doesn't stop. That same work can pay you in month 12, month 24, month 36. Long after you forgot you even created it. This is the real trade most people are unwilling to make. You have to delay gratification. You have to accept that for a short period of time, you are going to work for free. Not forever. Just temporarily. In exchange, you get something most people never achieve. Automated income. Income that doesn't depend on your mood. Income that doesn't depend on your time. Income that doesn't disappear when you stop posting for a day. The people who win on Pinterest are not the smartest. They're not the most creative. They're not even the most motivated. They are simply the ones who survive the gap. They keep posting when no one is watching. They keep building when no one is clapping. They trust the process when the numbers look embarrassing. And one day something shifts. Traffic starts creeping in. Clicks turn into sales. And suddenly, the same people who quit too early are saying, "You got lucky." No. You just stayed long enough for the system to work. So if you're in the gap right now, if you're posting and seeing nothing, understand this. That doesn't mean it's not working. It means it's loading. And if you can hold your nerve just a little longer, this is where everything changes. Let's fast forward 1 year. Not a fantasy year. Not a perfect year. Just a normal year where you didn't quit. You kept going when the numbers were small. You kept posting when nobody cared. You survived the gap. Now imagine this. You've built about 500 pins. They're scattered across Pinterest's ecosystem, quietly doing their job. You're not refreshing analytics every hour anymore. You've stopped obsessing. One morning you wake up. Still half asleep, you grab your phone. And there it is. A notification. $40.00 commission earned. It happened while you were sleeping. No email from a boss. No meeting. No shift clock. No approval needed. Just money. Now let's be clear. It's not $1 million. It's not even impressive by social media standards. It's $40. But that $40 will change your life more than a $5,000 paycheck ever did. And here's why. That $5,000 paycheck represents time you will never get back. 40, 50, 60 hours a week, traded permanently. But that $40? You didn't trade your time for it in that moment. You weren't present. You weren't working. You weren't even awake. For the first time in your life, something fundamental breaks.